Hey there, muses. Welcome back to my channel, and hi, hello, and welcome if this is your first time finding my page. My name is Tyler, also known as T-Mann Tarot across the interwebs. I am your friendly neighborhood tarot deck connoisseur and content creator. With my YouTube channel, we are here to review tarot decks so that you can form your own opinion on whether or not this deck is worth your time, investment, and energy. Today, we are reviewing a mini tarot deck, but before we dive into today's video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and do all of those YouTube-y things that YouTube likes so you do not miss another deck review. Shout out to my friends at Inner Traditions for sending me this deck. We are talking about the Tarot Mini Rider-Waite Smith. So let's change our camera angles and dive on into this week's deck review. We are back. All right, friends, we are talking about the Mini Rider-Waite Smith deck. That is published by Finderhorn Press, but also is under the umbrella of Inner Traditions. Lovely little tuck box. Friends, do not take this insert out. It did take me a minute to try to get this insert back in. I had to take everything out, but this box is so cute, magnetic. This a little bit about the back of the book. It says, this new deluxe tarot inspired by the famous Rider-Waite Smith tarot. Discover a novel way to interpret the cards, accessible to beginners and initiated alike. This tarot deck combines traditions with intention, finding key words and themes for all the cards of the major and minor arcana. The 104-page booklet also contains spreads to invoke your inner knowledge and allow a reading both personal and unique. The illustrations in the 78-card deck offer a new interpretation of Pamela Colman Smith's iconic images. Amazing. A chunky little guidebook comes, and I am kind of obsessed with this guidebook in a way, because this is like, it is so short and sweet. Look, it doesn't overcomplicate things. If you are looking for a deck that is super matter of fact, has no frills, has just cut straight to the point, this is the deck for you. Right? Let's go to the lovers. Look at this. Look at how much information that is, right? Straight to the point. Passion, love, choice, choices to make, meeting. The lovers asks you to make a choice, follow the heart or reason. Straight. Love it, right? It's the devil, temptation, dark side, cardinal pleasure, play. The devil comes to titillate your wildest desires and your hidden predilections. Predilections? Sure. Let's see. Kind of jumping around here. But when I kind of was flipping through, let's look at the spreads. Spreads are at the back of the book. A 1-card draw, a 3-card spread, a 5, and a yes or no spread. Well, you kind of lost me here with the yes or no, because tarot doesn't do yes or no, friends. Interesting. So let's take a look here. Lovely, they are glossy cards. You'll see in the flip through, they are very straightforward here. Where am I in frame? There we go. Right? They are cards that kind of minimal detail and kind of straight to the point here. Almost feels a little clip arty to me. But it's one of those things that if you want something that is just gonna kind of read you straight away with not much of a fuss or muss here, this is definitely going to be a great option. Woo! Understanding my camera angle setup is driving me nuts. But the back of the cards will not lead to upright and inversions. If you do inversions in your practice, this will give it away right away. Let's hit it with a shuffle here. Okay, so that was the very first shuffle. These cards are gonna warp, right? They're gonna warp, they're gonna bend, they're gonna get used, right? But if you really bend your cards, it doesn't have much of a snap back. I'm pushing it here, I know that. Look at, yep. That definitely is gonna crease, right? So if that's something if you really beat up on your cards, is something that you don't necessarily like, to each their own. So let's kind of compare the card sizes here. So I have my Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, my Pixie Pop, and my Golden Girls Tarot here. Radiant Wise is about a traditional card size, so we can kind of see that difference. Compared to the Golden Girls is a little bit bigger, so this is on the smaller side. And then Pixie Pop, again, still is a little bit bigger. So these are all, even these three are three different mini size tarot decks. Comparing it to a playing card, it is a little bit taller and a little bit thinner than a playing card, but it fits easily in the hand. I just found it so interesting. Like, there is just, like, that's a 5 of Wands, right? Simple, easy, not over the top illustrations. I am sad that the zodiac signs aren't in the blanket. That's kind of like one of the key things that I talk about when doing a reading, is that in the blanket you can see the zodiac signs and like you're covering yourself, but it's not necessarily here. But I love that we still have the detail in the bench. I wonder if I can find the 4 of Swords here quickly. I already can kind of guess here that if they took, they took the word Pax out of the window here, which is usually in the 4 of Swords, which is the word about peace. So this is a deck, again, for maybe beginners that, like, if you want the straightforward and don't necessarily want all of the nuances right away, it's a great starting deck in that retrospect. And I love the fact that the guidebook is not overly saturated. It is kind of blunt and straight to the point here. And it's definitely a place that you can learn to grow from and add in all the small details that we love to see in a Pamela Coleman Smith detailed deck. But I'm so excited to kind of have this deck. I might use it for some other things, maybe some clarification cards, just to kind of get through the noise that sometimes happens with other decks. But it's a great little mini deck, and I'm excited to have it. So thank you, Inner Traditions, for sending me a copy of this deck. A closer inspection of the cards is coming up right now, friends. Bye-bye.